Hey, folks, it's time for the Mike North 5-minute half-hour news. That's right. We tell you in 5 minutes what it takes any other major news corporation a half hour to do. Well, we're a major news corporation, run on a shoestring budget. Getting the news out in 5 minutes that normally takes that half hour. Be the hit at the water cooler. Be the hit, okay, at the car wash. Be the hit at work. Be the hit at a restaurant. Tell people what you know. They'll go, how did you know that? Why, listen to the Mike North Entertainment Network, the Mike North half-hour news. Well, they'll say it's not a half hour, it's only 5 minutes. You'll go, I know that. I just slipped. But anyway, let's get to the first story of the day. Well, Mayor Daley finally leaking out basically that the transition's going to go beautifully. Rahm Emanuel's going to go beautifully. Everything's going to go beautifully. And somebody asked the question yesterday, well, who did you back? He goes, what's the matter with you? What's wrong with you? Mayor Daley made it plain and simple that Rahm Emanuel was his guy after the fact yesterday, but I think everybody basically knew that. Rahm Emanuel, like I said, stopped at all 110 L stops. He didn't have much to run against. Quite frankly, he got the job done. He didn't shy away from any group of people. He deserves everything wonderful that's going to happen to him, and he's the perfect guy for this city in these times. But Mayor Daley throwing his hat in the ring yesterday, and quite frankly, I don't think anybody doubted that was the point. Lady Gaga says she's got a brand new perfume out and says the perfume smells like an expensive hooker. No, the woman smells like she's wearing perfume that a hooker would wear. There's a difference, okay? I don't know if you want to tell people that basically you want to smell like an expensive hooker, but I do know this. Now that the girls have heard her say that, they'll go out in droves. Look at Halloween. They can't wait, most of them, to go downtown and dress like sluts, and they have all that stuff in their closet. This will give them, hey, Mom, how do I smell? Well, you smell sort of like a hooker? Yes. Do I smell like an expensive hooker, Mom? Yes, you do, dear. How old are you? 14 now. You're going to be a sophomore in high school. Put that perfume on, okay? And get cornered in the boys' gym. I mean, think about it. Lady Gaga making money hand over fist. Jane Russell, 89, died yesterday. She had some alcohol problems in her past. She was married to Bob Waterfield, which ended up in a bitter divorce. He was a former star with the Los Angeles Rams back when the Rams were viable and a big-time team in Los Angeles. She only made 2 movies that made anything in her life. The Outlaw, which was with Howard Hughes directing, if you've ever seen it. I mean, he made a woman look about as sexy as you can, talking about the 40s and 50s era. And Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. After that, she just lived life to the hilt, had that money, was married to a football player. She used to stay when she came into town at the Ambassador East, go hang out at the pump room with Irv cups in it. I wonder if Irv ever laid any pipe with a Jane Russell. Just saying, I'm not saying. Also, speaking of getting a little bit older, this is shocking to me, but I guess the rock and roll stars are getting older as we speak. Roger Daltrey, who's starting to look a little bit like, if you've watched him lately, Estelle Getty's from the Golden Girls, the mother. He's 67 today. Roger Daltrey's 3 years shy of his 70th birthday. Any guy that can rock and roll at 67 years old and make it look good, okay, with the Who, he got my vote. So Roger Daltrey, happy birthday to him at 67 years of age. Tommy Harris cut, saying he's in his prime now. Yeah, well, you forgot to tell us about that because, quite frankly, he said he was starting to feel better at the end of the year last year. You know, as stupid as these guys sound, they sure know how to sell themselves, don't they? But almost to the point where they sound stupid. I will not miss Tommy Harris on the Chicago Bears. He'd make a sack or two. Oh, he's back, you know. People would go head over heels, but you know what? It's not going to be happening. The Bulls win last night. I mean, they're 41-17. My wife saw that, and she goes, they're 41-17? Yeah, and they're doing very, very well. I don't think had too much on them, and I'm just saying. I mean, it's becoming routine. They play the Bucks, they win. They play the Heat, they win. They play everybody, they win. They go on the road, they win. I mean, they just get it done. So, Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah played a great game last night. The Hawks beat the Wild last night 4-2. And today, ladies and gentlemen, the weather Sunny, but the wind's gusting up to 30, 35 miles an hour. It actually sounds like I watched the weather today, doesn't it? I'm not saying, I'm just saying that's been the Mike North 5-minute half-hour news. Make sure you tweet, make sure you email, make sure you tell people you've seen wonderful things. The bookie priest making a debut on Thursday. He's going to start giving us picks out on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. In other words, he'll give on Thursday the picks for the weekend. He's been doing well. I'll tell you what his record is tomorrow when we come back on the air. That's it. Back with more tomorrow here on the Mike North Entertainment Network, brought to you by the City of Rosemont, or Village. I'm Mike North for the Village of Rosemont. From the 9th largest convention center to restaurants to theaters, sports venues, and hotels. 5 minutes from O'Hare, you got it all here. Rosemont, you can't miss it.